Hello and welcome to the 22nd installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, along with our co-host,
Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. What's
Yeah.
up, guys? How's it going?
Yeah.
I'm just fascinated that we actually seem official now with the whole headphone thing.
Yeah, we do. We're actually monitoring, due to the mishap,
The misfire.
the Synapse Misfire on our part, that's why the show's called that, with the audio last week and like 5 minutes the week before.
Yeah.
We are now monitoring the audio constantly, which we should have been doing from the beginning, but Synapse Misfire, you know?
Yeah.
Also, it was like an extra $20 worth of stuff to do it, so we just didn't.
Yeah. And then, last episode was a catalyst, so we had to.
Yeah. Oh,
Made it necessary.
You mentioned it earlier, but here's Chunk. Here he is.
He looks like he wants me to get out of his chair.
He does. He loves that chair. He's
Okay.
upset that you're there.
Yeah, that's all right.
So, if you wanted to listen to our show in your favorite podcasting app, you can import our RSS feed into said podcasting app. Alternatively, if you're into Spotify, you can listen to us there.
We are there, baby.
Alternatively, if you're really into YouTube, you can listen to us there.
Yeah.
I listen on YouTube, and it's my show.
Yeah. And alternatively, you can, I'll give you Chris's address. If you DM me, you can just come here
And listen
and
live.
sit with us.
Just hang out.
You might
Chilling.
contract AIDS.
You definitely will. That's not a threat, that's a promise.
Oh, shit. But yeah, we're on multiple platforms now.
And if you wanted to get in contact with us, Synapse Misfire at pm.me or Synapse Misfire at protonmail.com if you feel like typing all that out.
Yeah, if you want to be a loser.
Yeah. pm.me, 4 letters.
Well, and a dot.
Yeah, a dot's not a letter, is it?
No, I know, but 4 letters and a dot. You don't just type in PM me. So you gotta count. You gotta count
Yeah, I
the dot.
said 4 letters. I would have said 5 characters if
Yeah.
I wanted to go with characters, but I said 4 letters. It's 4 letters. A dot ain't a letter.
Hey, how do you know? Maybe it can be whatever it wants to be.
Listen. That's all I got.
Yeah. All right. I'm out. So, Chris, there was a small holiday that just passed.
Yeah,
Only a couple people participate.
yeah, like the number of years went up 1.
Yeah.
So it's 2021.
Yes. It's the first episode of 2021.
Wow.
And then there was another even smaller holiday just before that.
Oh, like the Jesus one, right?
Yes. Yes, the Jesus one. Yes, the Jesus one.
That's where when Jesus was born, except if you look into the history, it wasn't. He was probably born around between like April and August.
Hey.
And that's how
Hey.
April Fool's Day came about. But I don't really know much about that, so I'm not going to speak a lot about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm an idiot. And I also misspoke in one of the last episodes.
What did you say?
I talked about the Cyberpunk Steam download spike.
Yeah.
And I said it was 18,000 terabytes per second. It was 18,000 gigabytes per second.
Oh, yeah, that makes
Like 18 terabytes per second.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. That's fine. No one will notice.
I was only off by like a factor of 10.
Yeah. Decimal. Move the decimal. You're fine.
Yeah.
If you were calculating like rocket trajectory, that'd be a problem.
Yeah, that's true. Like if I was in a position where things I said mattered,
That'd be bad.
that would be bad.
Yeah. Exactly.
Thankfully, I'm just a schmuck yelling into a microphone on the internet.
Yeah. True. But yeah, small holiday passed. How was your Christmas? I believe
I had a
that's what
good
they
one.
call it, right?
I had a good one. Saw the family. It was good.
Yeah.
I got my Oculus Quest 2.
What's that? No, I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, how's that going?
It's going pretty good.
I was
quite enjoy it.
I was really happy to hear you said you had no Facebook issues.
I didn't, because I made my Facebook account like a month and a half ago.
Yeah, because I was telling you about, like, if you go on Reddit, man, there's so many people just getting locked out.
And I'm saying this now, right? Now that I'm saying this, Facebook is going to listen and be like, oh shit, and then ban me.
Yeah.
No, I actively use Facebook, actually. I use Marketplace a lot.
That's probably to your advantage, yeah. That's probably why.
And I have one friend now. My dad. That's it. He's my only friend.
I'll shoot you a request. Don't worry.
You know my name. You can send me a request.
The way you're looking at me is like super sad.
So, one of these days, I was thinking, maybe it doesn't make sense. Because I mentioned this in the beginning of the show, like in the few first episodes where I wanted it to be an audio show. But I don't know, maybe having a video component to it might be a bit better to capture weird reactions like that. But I also don't want it to take over the show.
Yeah, for sure. I get you. No, yeah, it's hard to explain, but the way you looked at me, you were like, you know my name, and it looked like you were about to bust out crying.
One of the podcasts I watch, the only podcast I actively watch or listen to, is the Snark Tank podcast with Chris Ray Gunn and some black guy and Tom Sweeney. Those guys are fucking funny. They recently started doing a video component to their podcast.
Yeah.
But it doesn't interfere with the audio version.
No. Like, what do you, like, how doesn't it interfere? They make it not interfere, or do you mean, like, it's just kind of there?
The video is just kind of there.
Yeah.
There was...
So they don't really acknowledge it, it's just passively there.
In the, like, 10 episodes or so that have been with video, there was maybe one thing that only translated to video, and someone commented on the shirt someone else was wearing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So
I think a passive video would be the route to go, not like actively looking at a camera,
but also
passively.
The way we record these isn't like not in a very video friendly environment.
No.
We're like in the cum dungeon downstairs.
You couldn't have told me that before I sat in this chair. I was wondering why I couldn't get up.
You're stuck there forever now.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
It's not mine, it's Chunk's.
I thought he was new to me. I thought he had fatty nuts you were talking about.
Yeah, I installed them back in.
Just installed them.
Bolt on.
Bolt on testes, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I wish my hubs were bolt on in my fucking Explorer. That was a pain in the ass. Anyway.
How'd you get them off?
You have to take them to a machine shop to press.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now. You need a big shop press to do it.
Yeah. It was cool because there was a blast shield around it. And because the thing shoots out, it shoots out at a high velocity. It took 15 tons of force to pop my bearing out, and the thing just hit the ground. And it was like, boom.
And that's like nothing in a hydraulic press world.
Absolutely not. No,
like that's
baby weight.
That press could probably be 100 ton, 150 ton, something like that.
But no, it's cool. I was actually gonna buy a 100-ton press because you can get pretty cheap ones.
Yeah, manual presses.
Yeah, but
I was gonna get one when I was looking into doing blacksmithing, building up my tools. Yeah. I was going to get a press. But then I kind of gave it up because I didn't have the space. And also, working around a very hot fire in the middle of August isn't really something I wanted to do. You know,
I don't blame you. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you. But back to that holiday we were speaking of, and the Quest 2. So what have you played?
So far, I played a bit of Boneworks.
Ooh, wow, with the link cable?
Yeah.
Have you dabbled with virtual desktop at all or no?
I have not. I have you might scoff at me. I have an off-brand link cable. I don't have an official one.
Is what it is. Does it work? Is it USB C to C or is it
C to C?
C to C. All right. So you got that.
I have the fancy add-in card in my PC that just literally, as we were about to record, we were going to record audio on my VR PC, and it shit the bed.
Yeah, I honestly wanted to cry with him. He was like, hey, let's just record the audio on this PC. It's already here. It's hooked up. Turns it on, and what would you guess? Artifacting.
Yeah.
Just no worky.
We got an image to show up on the screen, and then
it just died.
It was completely artifacted. So I think my GPU is fucked.
And that's the one that had the thermal issues you had to fix, right?
Either that or the PCI slot is fucked. So I can try that.
Yeah, it could be like is it a heavy card?
Yeah, it's pretty weighty.
Do you have a bar to hold it up for GPU send?
I don't.
It could be just popping out. in a little bit.
That's also possible.
Could just be a little...
I'll mess with it later.
Maybe I'll investigate with you if we decide to today.
Do a little investigation, you know?
Yeah, a little investigation. Boys. But I'm glad you're enjoying the quest too. And you played Boneworks. Anything else? Anything native?
Yeah. I played the Robo Recall Unplugged.
That's cool. Yeah, that's a fun experience.
Fun. And I played a little bit of Thrill of the Fight. It's just I can't. The thing with this area that I really forgot about
is the ceiling.
The ceiling's 6.5 foot, and I'm like 6'1".
Yeah.
So I can do this. Like I can lift my arm about
4 inches above your head.
Yeah, a couple inches above my head. But there's also a heating pipe right in the middle of the space.
Yeah.
So if I move the wrong way, I clip my controller or my head on a heating pipe.
Yeah. I'd imagine with the Quest being... the Quest 2's not super thick, but it being a thing that protrudes from your face, if you look up, do you ever whack the top of the headset on the pipe?
I haven't yet, but I imagine that could be an issue. I played The Climb. It was an issue with The Climb.
Ooh, yeah. The Climb, I would imagine you'd have to literally play on your knees.
There was a couple things where I had to squat down.
And then
pull myself up so I could reach, higher.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks for games like that. At least for the majority of VR games, you're kind of just forward, not so much up, but...
Yeah.
Anything else besides Thrill of the Fight and Robo Recall?
No.
Yeah, I would advise getting The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
I was going to, but it was $40.
No, it's an expensive game, but the reasoning is because it's an actual full-length game.
I also have, what is that game? I got it for free with the Quest.
For free?
Asgard's Wrath.
Asgard's Wrath, yes.
I have that.
Have you tried that or no?
No, I didn't install. It's like 150 gigs.
Yeah, it's a thick install, and it's like I told you, it's gonna be hit or miss. You're either gonna fall in love with it or be like, eh. I've tried it multiple times.
It's weird that you get a desktop VR game with your
Quest
standalone
2
headset.
Yeah, I thought that was a little insulting, to be honest. Like they should have gave away any of the native Quest games.
Yeah.
And I get why they did it, or it should be optional. It should be like, hey, what do you want? Do you want a native Quest game or Asgard's Wrath for the PC? Just because 90%, well, all right, probably a good 60% of the user base probably can't even use that.
Yeah, I think so.
So I don't know exactly what the numbers are, but I know, according to Steam VR, I think like 20% of the entire VR PC headset was Quest users. So, I mean, by that math, that would kind of say that like 70-ish% of people don't hook up their Quest to a PC. Maybe they have a Rift or an Index or something, but, it just seems like giving your PC title away with a standalone headset. That's like them giving you a copy of GTA 5 when you buy a Nintendo Switch.
Exactly, yeah.
So, I was wondering why I could hear him so clearly, and then I remembered it's because he was loud enough to be picked up. I was like, wow. Oh, wow.
So, in the very first episode of the show, we had mentioned that we're definitely friends and not coworkers.
Yeah, and that was the thing we stated.
I'd like to announce that we're not friends anymore, but we are definitely coworkers now.
Yeah.
We do work in the same place now.
Yeah.
That's fun, isn't it?
Well,
I haven't started yet, so I don't know.
And I haven't switched positions yet, so it'll be about 2 to 3 weeks, and then we will be in the same workplace.
Yeah. I am still currently in my current workplace.
Yeah.
But now we as of sometime soon, we work together.
Yeah.
It's pretty epic.
It's pretty epic, yeah. I look forward to it,
Remember, no longer friends, just coworkers.
Yeah. I mean, fuck this guy, honestly.
Yeah. Hate him. Can't stand him.
I don't know why I even made it this far.
I hate his guts.
Hate him. This stupid mustard cherry sticks me in.
Yeah, his stupid Old Navy shirt.
That brought me back to the stupid mustache thing.
That's our peak argument that we've had ever.
That was the Galaxy Fold argument, yeah.
The Galaxy Fold argument.
That was just peak because the math teacher we were with he was involved. He was there.
He was invested in that argument.
Yeah, that was good times. Which calling back to high school.
Yeah, I miss when I was happy.
Shit, man. Damn, bro. You didn't have to hit us with that. Calling back to high school, by the way, I cleaned my apartment today, and we redid some of the closet organization, and I came across my notes binder from junior year.
Oh, really?
From shop.
Oh, okay.
And
all your electronics notes?
Yeah, and I was I was flipping through it, and I saw...
That would have really pissed off some boomers, talking about scrolling.
Oh, I know.
Through a physical book. They'd be like, I can't scroll through the book. Can't click the book.
I found notes on the motherfucking Bobot.
Oh my god. We dealt with this stupid thing. Right, our junior year was all about robotics. And like more so programming microcontrollers. Yeah. But the robotics element of it was just to make it more fun, I think.
Yeah, like a more interactive thing, because coding behind the computer screen is pretty whack.
Yeah, someone who's done a lot of that, it is. And the first robot we touched was called the Bobot, the Board of Education Bot.
I actually forgot. Yeah, that's what Bo stood for. Totally forgot.
Because it was the most basic piece of shit ever. Yeah. So basically, it was in like Pick Basic. We had to write it in.
Yeah, P Basic. Yep.
Which is like Basic but shittier. I say that, but it's probably more advanced than regular Basic. Yeah. And if you've never programmed in Basic, it's because you were born after 1959. Now, Basic was like, when was Basic? Late 70s, early 80s, maybe. Yeah. You could do Basic, and there was a lot of like dumb programming stuff in that language. Yeah. Like they had like go-to statements and stuff. Yeah. You should never on a good program use a go-to statement.
Yeah. Oh, so what are you using instead?
Well, you would just write a program properly.
Oh, to just naturally do it without an additional code?
Yeah, you would do separate functions, so it would jump back to a main function.
Gotcha.
And it would work between two different functions. Yeah. Rather than using a go-to.
Yeah. For what it was, P-Basic was, I guess, a good starter point. I guess that's the idea, right?
I guess. But if you're, like, learning programming and learning to program are different things. Yeah. Like, agreed. What we were doing was learning to program. We weren't learning programming. Yeah. If you want to learn programming, you start with C. You're going to hate it.
Yeah. But every second of it.
Oh, yeah, it sucks. But you're going to learn something.
I do have to say, when I was flipping through the book, you remember we used to do engineering drawings?
Yes.
I had a drawing in there with the Bobot, and it just...
super, like, stupid drawings. I did terrible on all of those.
I did all right.
Sorry, not that I did terrible in terms of grading. It's just I'm not good at drawing things. Yeah. I did okay, like, grade-wise.
Yeah. But it brought back a very specific memory of the line follower robot.
Oh,
and how I think it was the line follower that we all spent like hours perfecting. Yeah, and Nelson was the only one to get it perfect, and then after no one else could do it, everyone just got hundreds. Yeah. He was so mad.
We ended up doing for context, we did a autonomous program with two sensors.
IR sensors, yeah.
Two IR sensors to follow a line of tape. Yeah. And it wasn't working right, and there was one specific routine that no one could get right, where it was to make it go in a circle. Yeah. With the tape. And our friend Nelson was the only person to get it to work. Yeah. And then, but no one else could get it to work, and I think it was like Friday on the last day of our cycle, where we would flip back to our academic classes rather than our shop classes. And our teacher just said, fuck it. and gave everyone hundreds.
And I don't remember, but didn't Nelson say something to him? And then he was like, "All right, here's bonus points on the test or something."
Maybe, I don't remember.
I think he might have. And if that's the case, then it's not as bad as I remember. But I don't know. That was so sad that day. He spent hours perfecting that thing.
Yeah.
While you just sat there.
I was just sitting there.
Yeah, weren't you? It was you and him as partners, and then me and who?
I don't remember.
I forget. I think it was Evan. He used to sit on the side of me.
But yeah, me and him were partners, and he insisted on doing all the work himself.
Oh, you know what? That is actually true. Yeah, you weren't sitting there because you wanted to. He honestly did.
He did the work himself, which is fine because I just got to dick around the whole day
and get the same grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
But yeah, that was something that just popped back into my head. But did you get anything else for Christmas? We just keep bouncing back.
That's it. I got the Quest. I told my dad about it. I was like, "Yeah, I want this," because I was surprised he even asked me if I wanted anything. It's like, I don't care. I was gonna get a Quest regardless.
Yeah, it was just a matter of who purchased it.
Yeah. I got some Amazon gift cards, but that's about it, really.
Nice. I got a decent amount of things, but nothing was like crazy expensive, like how the Quest is kind of like a primary gift. I guess technically one thing was I ended up getting a 2 terabyte Samsung Evo 870 SATA SSD, which, funny enough, I meant to tell you the other day, I could not for the life of me find my mounting screws to mount it to the 2.5-inch bracket to then install in my case, so it is just command stripped there.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's an SSD. It is what it is.
The in this VR machine, the SSD that I have Windows on is just
sitting
there.
That's the beauty of an SSD, isn't it?
It doesn't move. You can just put it somewhere.
Yeah. So I have it on the bracket, and then I have the bracket on the side panel, and it's just command stripped there, and it works. It's fine. It's amazing, actually. I was able to clear up so much space. I got the new chair that you saw, which was nice. WeatherTech rain guards, which were nice.
What is special about that chair?
It's just a lot more comfortable than the racing chair.
Okay.
The racing chair was very straight.
Well, because you said that the chair is really good in the notes, but it just looked like a normal-ass chair.
Let me put it to you this way. Going from the racing chair to that kind of opened my eyes to the fact that racing chairs are hot garbage. Just hot garbage for the most part. They're more for like, I'm a badass gamer than like, hey, I actually want to be comfortable while I do anything.
Yeah, I see what you mean. They're more of like, they're like the MacBook Pro of chairs.
Where it's not pro, but it wants to be.
Like it's, you buy it because it's a racing chair.
Yeah.
You know, or you buy it because it's a MacBook Pro. You know?
Yeah. So this new chair is just a straight up lumbar supportive, regular ass $70 office chair. And it's just super comfortable. And I put the new wheels you had given me from the old chair on here, and now it rolls around nice and smooth, and it's just so goddamn comfortable. I ended up getting a Razer mouse dock as well, because I mentioned this a couple episodes ago about my wireless mouse troubles, and I finally got my perfect mouse. Well, I got a dock for it to charge it, much nicer than plugging that shit in. Yeti mug, vacuum, other varied shit, but it was honestly probably my favorite Christmas in my life.
Okay.
Just for the simple fact that everything went well.
Oh. Right.
Because last year's Christmas was the catalyst for me moving out of my parents' house because of how bad it went. So to not want to like move out this year was nice.
So you have a Yeti mug. But you don't like make coffee. You buy coffee usually.
Yeah. So
do you just like pour that shit in there?
I've been pouring it in there, and then it lasts me for much longer without melting. Like I had an iced coffee that lasted me from, I want to say, noon to almost 7 at night, and there was no ice meltage, so it didn't, dilute or anything.
Okay, I guess that's fine. I just
plus iced tea. I drink at home.
I'm very much like a hot coffee kind of guy.
Yeah.
I drink hot coffee primarily, but only if I'm inside. If I'm outside, or like if I'm out somewhere, like if I go to Dunkin' Donuts or I would go to like McDonald's or something for breakfast for whatever reason,
yeah,
the like twice a year, I will get iced coffee.
Yeah.
If I'm out somewhere, I will always get iced coffee. But if I'm home, I'll always have hot coffee.
That makes sense.
Simply for the convenience factor, and also I'm 100% certain that I don't know about Dunkin' Donuts, but McDonald's definitely somehow bends the laws of physics with how hot the coffee is. Like, how do they have coffee that is like I swear it's hotter than boiling temperature. I swear. It's gotta be.
They take radiator fluid from a running car out back, and they dump that in. It's like 200
degrees. They must do
degrees.
something. It's like 200 degrees Celsius. It's like you drink it.
And it turns to gas.
I had a hot coffee from McDonald's, and I waited like 20 minutes. I drank it, and I still burned the shit out of my tongue.
I have an idea. Why don't we, between episode 23 and 24, because obviously we're going to record 23 next, why don't we get coffee one of these days from McDonald's and bring a thermometer and just test the actual temperature? Let's get to the bottom of this. It's got to be like 170.
Way up there.
It's got to be like 170, you think?
Like, I'm memeing, but it has to be like 200.
Yeah. All right, I think we should investigate this too.
Because it's got to be wicked hot too, because it always tastes burnt.
Well, yeah, I've always heard of like McDonald's coffee being like lethally hot. So.
Well, yeah, that whole lawsuit.
Yeah, that's right. With the lady melted her legs.
Yeah, with the woman who spilt the coffee on herself. That whole lawsuit, she wasn't exaggerating.
It melted her skin.
She got like 3rd degree. Have you seen the pictures of it?
I think I saw them on Reddit, but it's been a while.
Her skin was like shaved off.
Yeah.
From how hot that shit was.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. That was the iced coffee. Fuck, man.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about coffee shop coffee, but it's always like 1,000 degrees.
They just take magma. They have magma-proof cups. They're just like, here you go.
It's fine for you. Brief interlude. We had to mess with the audio because it was going a bit
static
weird
again.
Yeah. I don't know what the issue is. Hopefully, but we're on top of it now. Is the thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it sounded good when we just listened back. So, as long as we caught it, we squashed it.
Yeah, we killed it. It's dead.
I went and grabbed my fucking shotgun.
So, I was saying there was a thing that went around a few years ago, like a decade ago, more than that. 10, 12 years ago. About the styrofoam cups.
Yeah.
Apparently the styrofoam cups were supposed to give you cancer.
Yeah, couldn't it it's like melting inside, right?
Yeah, or something like that. But then that whole rumor just went away.
Yeah.
I don't think
that's the Mick Buck speaking.
I don't think that was ever true.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to prove something like that because you have to find a direct correlation.
That's true. I mean, at the end of the day, like, let's be honest, what doesn't give you cancer?
Yeah, I mean, the headphones we're wearing do. So,
according to the state of California, they do.
Yeah, anything 60 hertz, baby.
Anything, period.
Yeah, basically. So,
I put my notes away.
What the fuck? I had something to say about something. Little. Fuck. I can't remember what I was gonna say.
I'm waiting.
Okay. I'm thinking. Give me a minute. I don't fucking know.
I have a confession to make to you.
Oh shit. Don't propose.
No. It's even worse than that.
Oh shit. What?
I am a hypocrite.
Okay. Did you buy an iPhone?
No.
All right.
I'm not that much of a hypocrite.
Well, no, I was just gonna say you're gay.
Wow. So, okay.
What's your confession?
So, I am a bit of a hypocrite.
Okay.
You know how I always talk shit about touch controls?
Okay.
On my Sony headphones?
Okay.
I have been using the touch controls actively.
And has your perspective changed?
A little bit. They still work like 75% of the time.
Yeah.
But I do like them more than I did.
You're not technically a hypocrite because you use them. That is kind of the only way to interface directly with those headphones.
Because having wireless headphones, I just like get up and walk away while I'm listening to something. And then I can do this when they start to cut out when I get too far away from Bluetooth range.
Yeah.
And then I just tap them again, and when I go back in, and it's fine. But like I said, it only works like 75% of the time.
Yeah. Understandable.
Is the only thing. The volume up and down works even less than that.
Really?
That's the only issue.
You see the WF-1000 Mark IVs now?
Yeah. The only surefire control that works 100% of the time is the one where you cup your ear.
For the pass-through.
For pass-through. That's the only one that works 100% of the time.
That is the only reason, well, that and active noise cancellation, that I wanted those headphones and the earbud version of them was just because, like, on my Galaxy Buds, I wait for it to beep, and then I can hear everyone, but that's just, like, you're just super seamless. You're just like, what? What happened? You know? So.
It still takes, like...
a second, yeah.
A second to click in, not like... But it's not like, boop, boop, beep, and now I can hear.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's like, now I can hear.
Yeah.
I just tapped the mic for reference.
Yeah. Gotcha. But, yeah, I mean, that's good. Because, I mean, touch controls, I mean, there's supposed to be a portless iPhone.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
See, here's the problem. I don't know why we always bring it back to Apple, but the problem I have with, like, a portless device in general is what about hard resets?
How do you mean?
I mean, I've had my phone freeze up
like
before.
A factory reset, you mean?
No, not even a factory reset, because that's all software-based. But say your phone's frozen, you gotta hold volume and power at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, when you have...
What does that have to do with ports?
Well, because the portless phone's not gonna have buttons. It's all gonna be capacitive. What happens when the phone freezes?
You buy a new one.
Good point. He just figured out Apple's plan.
Am I wrong? Like?
Yeah. I guess that's what you'd have to do, right?
You buy a new one.
Because if you have capacitive buttons, there's got to be like a magnet or something. You just stick to the phone and just hard reset.
What you do is you actually get like an industrial grade electromagnet, and you put your phone in there, and then you go, it brokey, and then they replace it as long as you have Apple Care.
Yeah.
But you need to prove that it wasn't put in an electromagnet on purpose. But I don't think there's anything in Apple Care's warranty about electromagnetic damage, so
there you go.
But it doesn't protect against water damage or accidental damage.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is the accidental damage. Water damage I can understand because like no warranty covers water damage.
What the fuck do you mean accidental damage? Why else would I get a warranty?
Yeah.
Retard. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's true.
I do have something else to mention with Apple.
Go ahead.
The AirPods
Pro Max. Or no, it's just Max. You're right.
AirPod Max.
I was gonna just ask you about those.
The $600 wireless headphones.
The $600 wireless headphones without an off button. Yeah.
I've heard they're pretty good, actually.
No, they are good, undoubtedly.
Although one of the reviews I watched did have the pair that the reviewer got did die. Just shot the bed.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's anything in manufacturing. Shit goes awry, but that does suck, regardless. But, especially on a $600 pair of headphones, but...
Well, he's Australian, so he paid $900 for him.
The 900 USD equivalent? That's nuts.
Like, he paid 900 Australian, which I think is more than 600.
Yeah. That sucks then, even more. I just don't like the fact that there's no way to shut them off. I just don't like that.
Because
they have to go in that little carrying case to shut off.
Oh, the little, like, bra that they give you for it?
Yeah.
I mean,
as nice as they are, there's, like, other alternatives for sub 600 that are, like, really good as well.
I will say, like, if you want high-end noise-canceling headphones, get the Sonys.
That's what I was going to say, is, like, you can get the Mark IVs now, or the new, I don't know if they're out yet. I think they are. The new Surface headphones, the new ones that are supposed to be like the Mark III competitors, they're $200 and they are just below the Mark III in performance.
But you can get the Mark IVs for like I think they're $279 or something.
Yeah.
Although they are made in almost entirely plastic.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't like that.
Which the Apple ones are what? Aluminum, right?
They're all aluminum, I believe.
Yeah.
The
which is
only
nice.
thing is I can't justify buying $600 wireless headphones. Yes.
Understandable.
Come here. Come here.
Speak.
Oh, you're cute.
At least he doesn't scratch.
Woo. Oh, he does.
Yeah?
Oh, he does if you piss him off.
So this is just him, what, mildly upset?
Mildly annoyed. I do this all the time, so he's used to it. He gets annoyed, but he'll get over it. But he scratches and bites and whatnot.
I don't know, man. $600 wireless headphones. I mean, you'd have to give me many a reason to spend that exorbitant amount of money on a headset.
Yeah, I'm just finding reasons. I'm having trouble finding reasons why I don't like them conceptually, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like them enough to buy them just simply because they're $600.
Yeah.
And headphones are almost, I want to say almost a disposable item for me, but also not really.
Yeah.
I have headphones out the ass. I have so many pairs of headphones.
Yep.
I have these ones that I'm wearing now. I have my Mark IIIs. I have my Bear Dynamic ones. I have a few other sets around.
Just scattered, yeah.
I have a ton of earbuds.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like. How locked into the ecosystem are the Maxes? I know they have the spatial audio features that are only found in the Apple ecosystem and shit like that, but
I don't know actually.
Yeah. I know they have also the T2. No, not the T2. The H1 or whatever that does the quick pairing, like that, which is nice.
The only thing is it's the type of people who spend $600 on Apple headphones are already in that ecosystem, so I haven't heard any complaints.
Yeah, understandable. I mean, I'm not denying it's like the AirPods Pro. They're expensive, but they're fantastic pieces of equipment.
I was and still am considering getting a pair
of the AirPods Pro.
Yeah, not new. I want to get them used because I don't want to give my money directly to Apple.
I would just wait for.
But I want to wait for the Samsung ones.
The Samsung ones.
See where those are.
I am infinitely excited for the Samsung ones, man. I'm so excited.
Just don't be, because if they're shit, then you won't be disappointed if you're not excited.
Yeah, I know. What was it? Was it who the fuck? Kratos says. Yeah, you made that reference last episode, right?
If you expect nothing, you'll never be disappointed.
Yeah, that's what you referenced last episode.
Yeah, it's Kratos.
Good. It's a good idea there.
That's my mentality. Because I'm still looking for trucks.
Yeah.
And that's
so don't expect.
Every time I'm like, I feel myself kind of get excited. I'm like, all right, I'm pretty hyped. I want to see. I hope this one's really good. I have a good feeling about this one. And then I wait. I go, hang on.
It's probably too good to be true.
Yeah. I go in. I expect nothing. I have to pause for a minute and be like, all right, lower your expectations 10 notches.
Yeah.
And then by that time, I'm expecting nothing. And I go, and if it's a piece of shit, I'm not disappointed.
Yeah. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It's a good idea, and I probably should take a step back because I was kind of like this for the Galaxy Buds Live, and we know how that turned out. The only difference is this is a whole nother echelon of earbuds. This is not this open back style. This is the in-ear. This is the in-ear headphone. Earbuds that I kind of already know and love, like the Galaxy Buds Plus. And so far, I mean, the Leets seem really cool. The only thing that it doesn't show in the Leets is a wing to fit in your ear.
Okay.
It shows the ear tip that all earbuds would have, and then no wing. So I'm kind of skeptical there. It could just be that the Leets aren't showing it and that there is a ring. But seeing as the Lives didn't have any sort of wing, I'm skeptical there. But
I'm just going to duct tape them into my ear.
Yeah. I'm just never going to take them out.
Because I do have issues with that, with wireless earbuds fitting in my ear.
Yeah, ones that don't have the wing.
I just have a weird shaped ear.
Yeah. Alan's got the Lives.
Yeah, you showed me to me, but he didn't tell me how he felt about them. So
he likes them. He said
we've all been wrong about things before. So
yeah, he said the only thing is, I think you mentioned the noise bleed, but he doesn't mind it for where he's working because he can hear. But I was like, if someone's working with you, they can probably hear it as well.
I'll give you an update on that.
Yeah,
because I'm going to be working directly next to him.
Yeah. So, and then there was one other thing I think he might have complained about. But other than that, he says they're nice. I told him to wait for the pros.
I'm going to wait for the pros. I want to see where that goes.
Well, I'm going to do my best to have them day one, as long as there's no like PlayStation-style scalpers. And if I do, then...
It seems like that's how it be with anything these days.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't run into that last year with the Galaxy Buds Plus. I had an easy time purchasing those.
Yeah, but last year people didn't have nearly as much free time.
I guess.
Like, there's a lot of people who have a lot of free time on their hands now.
Yeah, that's true. I think I'll do okay though. I don't think there's gonna. I mean, people didn't scalp the AirPods Max, did they?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't think so.
I don't think people will scalp that.
There's still, GPUs are still getting scalped like no one's business.
Yeah.
Because Bitcoin's at like 32,000 right now.
Is it?
32K. I was looking. I wanted to see, profitability-wise, if a little unethical.
You could buy a scalped one.
No, a little unethical, but I wanted to see if I could run what it would cost me to build a full-time mining rig to run in my office at work. So, it's a bit unethical, but I read that the most efficient GPU you can buy right at the moment, the best bang for the buck, is the 5700 XT.
Yeah.
Because obviously the best one to buy if you want the most yield is a 2080 Ti or a 3090 if you can find one.
Yeah.
But if you want the best bang for your buck, you get a 1660 or a 5700 XT.
Yep.
Because you'll get a return on investment
much
faster.
Quicker. Yeah.
So I wanted to see 5700 XTs. They're like, even on Newegg, they're like $1,000 for them now. Because everyone's buying them.
Yeah.
I can actually tell you, hang on. Bitcoin is at let me check here. $31,644.
Wow.
And that's down from like 32,500 earlier today.
Yeah. I decided the other day that no matter what, I think I'm just gonna wait for the 40 series or whatever comes after the NVIDIA 30 series.
Do you think we're gonna be able to find the 30 series in its lifetime?
Towards the end, probably.
Because usually by how long have they been out?
The 20 series or the 30 series?
The 30 series.
August, I thought. It was no, September was the first. August was the first 30 series, and then September.
So usually by this point in the life cycle, the stock issues are figured out.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, they are not.
I wonder how this is going to impact next-gen consoles, too.
Same with, PS5s and stuff. You still can't find those.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I wonder, because, obviously a console lifespan is substantially greater than a GPU lifespan by, 6 years. But how long into this console generation is it going to be until it's just like, hey, I'm going to go to GameStop or Amazon and purchase a PS5?
Conservatively, I would say give it another 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, I think so.
A very liberal estimate, though, I would say give it a year.
Yeah.
Because they still have to make a lot more consoles. Many, many more consoles.
Yeah.
Series X and PS5s, didn't they, before Christmas this year, didn't they say they sold every one that they made?
Sony did. I didn't hear much from the Xbox side, but Sony said they said they're absolutely positively out of everything.
They sold every single one that they made, which impressive, yes, but I'm not in a rush to buy one either.
No, not until, honestly, probably if this is the first major exclusive, like Ragnarok.
Yeah,
that'll be when I'm
God of War comes out.
I'm honestly hoping there'll be a limited edition bundle with a customized console. That's what I was hoping for.
I could see that. I would buy something like that. But then again, that's the same thing. People are gonna buy those instantly.
Yeah. See, that is true. Have you seen the PS4 Pro God of War?
No.
Limited console?
No.
Hang on, this is incredibly uncomfortable. It's very nice. I honestly want to try to get one off eBay.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's so fucking sick. So I'm hoping for something like that with the PS5. And then maybe try to pull the trigger then, I guess.
Maybe. I don't know. I did hear a good take of from someone I work with that they never buy the first generation of consoles. Like, you know how in a console's lifespan, there's multiple micro generations.
Yeah.
Like this one actually
with
had
PlayStation 4, there was like the C1100, C1200, a bunch of fucking models, yeah.
And then they had, the major updates like the Slim and the Pro and stuff. So, if in the middle of the generation they say, well, we're going to do a PS5 Pro, I'll just probably get one of those.
Yeah.
Or I'll take that as an opportunity to get a launch one.
For cheaper, yeah.
Because that's what I did with the PS4.
Yeah, you ended up getting like a $200 PS4.
Yeah, I was gonna get the Slim, but it was like $100 more. I think it was like $299 or something, and I paid $199 for my PS4.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's usually the smart way to do it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hope the Scalping takes a hike. I mean, it's not gonna, but
yeah, people just need to calm down, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's sad. Can't get shit. But yeah, I'm gonna try to wait for a 40 series, I think. Hopefully they have the same mindset going forward and the 40 series doesn't go back to like the ways of the 20 series where it's mad expensive. So, if we can see like similar price points to the 30 series on the 40 series with obviously substantial performance gains, then
I mean, although the 30 series was comparatively, for the 3080 at least, was less expensive than the 2080 at launch.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 2080 was what, $799 at launch?
Yeah.
3080 was what, $699.
$699.
But the thing with the 2080 Ti, it was $1199 at launch.
Mm-hmm.
3090 is $1499 at launch.
Yeah.
So is there going to be an intermediate card?
Well, the thing with the 30 series was, as far as I know, the 3070 was even better than the 2080 Ti. Or at least the stock 2080 and the 3080.
I don't know if that lived up to that, though.
Pretty sure the 3080 did. It outperformed the 2080 Ti.
Well, I would expect it to.
For $500 less?
I would expect it to. But the 3070, I don't think lived up to its hype.
What, for beating the 2080 or the 2080 Ti?
2080 Ti. I don't think it lived up to its hype. Feel free to fact check me on that.
I just want to see.
I don't think it lived up to the hype that Nvidia gave it.
What benchmark should I look up? Should I look at a frame rate benchmark or like a, what the hell is this? Get this video out of my way. Or like
Just see if you can find a chart of benchmarks.
Okay, this is frame rates for games, and it seems like for most of the games, the 2080 Ti was like 10-ish frames, 8 and 10 frames higher. Perhaps?
Yeah. So, because I remember they promised double the performance with the 3070.
Yeah, which is...
So it didn't quite live up to its hype.
Still an incredible value proposition.
Sure.
Given the launch price. But, yeah, the one part that like got fucking slaughtered was apparently a G shader multi-core render. It was 190 frames versus 257, and then a gravity render, which has to do with n-body physics, 150 to 214. That was like the one category that it was mopped by a 2080 Ti. I'm assuming
it's probably like a CUDA core thing.
That's what I was gonna say. It's got to be something with that, because I know the 3070 didn't have that nearly as many CUDA cores as like the 3080. The jump between the 3070 and 3080 is pretty substantial, and then 3080 to 3090 I heard was also kind of disappointing. So, it is what it is. But I'm hoping the 40 series will be good, or whatever they call it.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm just not really in the market for a new GPU at the moment, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not at the moment, obviously, but my 2070 is really starting to feel dated. 2070 Super.
Yeah, the 2080, playing Cyberpunk, I mean, everyone had issues playing Cyberpunk, so I guess that's not really saying much.
Yeah.
Playing Cyberpunk was kind of hurting it, but playing most other games are fine.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
I mean,
Red Dead 2 is the only other game I like really have to tune my settings for it to run right.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna hold out a bit longer. I guess we'll see as more games come out in 2021, like next gen titles.
I guess, yeah.
I'm sure it'll kick in eventually. I say I have at most another 2-ish years with my 2070 before I kind of really have to upgrade.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet.
Regardless though, yeah. Anything else you want to talk about
with GPUs?
With anything.
So I think it's time we're gonna move on to spoilers.
Ooh.
More Cyberpunk spoilers.
Yeah, regarding the ending.
We saved it for the end of the show just because if you don't want spoilers, you can skip now. You can end the show now.
Yeah.
So if you don't want spoilers, bye. Goodbye.
Bye. Contact us.
See you later.
Check out the RSS.
Die.
Oh.
Anyway, so it's spoilers now. So I ended up after we did our spoiler cast, like the day after, I ended up finishing the game.
Same. Or 2 days after for me.
So what ending did you end up doing?
So I halfway through the ending, I realized kind of that I was fucking myself, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I ended up submitting to Arasaka.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know how that ending goes usually. I did the ending with Pan Am where you
attack the
and you leave Night City.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a really good ending.
So, explain your ending from front to back if you could.
So basically, you do that meeting with Hanako.
Yeah.
And she does her thing, and then you die in there.
And you go to the roof of the building with Misty and
you do that. And then I ended up calling Pan Am. We had a brief conversation, and then she was like, "Hang on, I'll give you a second, and then you can call me again." And then you have another decision to call Pan Am or call Hanako to figure out what ending you want to do.
Yeah.
So I called Pan Am again, and I said, "Look, I need all the caldos. We need to do this and that." And then, so she came and picked me up, and then drove out to the Badlands, and then V joins the Aldecaldos. He gets the jacket and everything. And then you go and attack. You go to a mining site and you drill to Arasaka Tower, and then you storm that. You get to Mikoshi, and then you split. Johnny Silverhand's construct joins Alt as an AI, as a rogue AI, and V goes back to his body, and then leaves Night City.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that has... Was there any mention of dying after? About V dying?
No.
That has completely changed my perspective on the game, because I had seen that was supposed to be potentially the canon ending, and that is a very good ending. The ending I got...
Oh, what, that ending that I was just talking about?
Yes, okay. Where he leaves. I didn't know about, the drilling or anything, but, where he leaves with Pan Am.
Yeah. I liked that ending a lot.
Um,
That's why I was confused when you said you weren't happy with it. So you must have.
You want to hear my ending?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is a really bad ending, and I'm not particularly mad at the game per se. I'm mad at myself for making the decisions. But
the bad ending.
I sided with Hanako, and what you do is you go to Arasaka and you interrupt a meeting between the son, Yorinobu's son. What the hell's his name? Whatever. Yorinobu's son. The guy who fucking strangled him.
Goddamn. He has a name.
He does.
He has a name.
All right, while you find that, I'll continue. You go to the meeting, and he slaughters all the board directors, except for like maybe 2. And then you have to fight your way through Arasaka Tower to get to him. Where you kill Atom Smasher. And then...
Yorinobu is this... Wait.
Yorinobu should be the dad.
Yeah, he is. Saburo, I think, is
Saburo, yeah.
No, Yorinobu Arasaka is the second son to Saburo Arasaka.
Oh, okay. All right, so it's backwards. Okay.
What the fuck? He's 82? He's 82 in the game? He was born in 1995, apparently.
The kid? What? Or the old man?
No, the old guy's 158 in the game. I'm just reading this.
Interesting.
Yorinobu disagreed everything with his father. Yeah, this is the guy. Yorinobu was the son. He's 82, apparently.
I don't remember them discussing, like, aging being different. That is strange.
I didn't know. I thought he was, like, maybe in his 30s or 40s.
Yeah. There's got to be something in the lore with aging.
It probably has to do with his, like, the whole cyber gear and shit. And they talk a lot about synthetic organs and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's probably like that.
So anyway, you fight your way through the tower. You fight Atom Smasher. You kill him.
Yeah, I did that.
You find Yorinobu. And then, I don't know if you find him, like, crying in a room with a robe on, and he has a gun on the side of him.
My ending I didn't see. That.
Oh, okay.
I just killed Smasher and then moved to Mikoshi, and that was it.
That made sense. You wouldn't have to fight Yorinobu because... Alright, so with my ending, Hanako wants you to, like, capture him.
Oh, capture him.
And you get there, and you're, like, fucking dying from the engram. And he has a gun, and you kick it away, and then he's just, like, crying. And then the Hanako shows up. They cry a little bit. And then you pass out. Or, no, rather, sorry. You stand up, and you go with the suit guy that you hunt down with Pan Am. He ran from Arasaka, and then you get him back.
Oh, Anders Hellman.
Yeah, you go with Hellman in the elevator, and then you pass out in the elevator, and then I believe you wake up immediately after surgery. Hanako removed the engram through surgery, and then it puts you through this like psychological fucked up scene where you're like trapped on a space station. So they took you into space on a space station, right? And it's just this really trippy scene where you're like freaking out and basically going insane in this room. Finally, you're allowed to call Earth, and you can call Pan Am, Victor, and then someone else. There's someone else you can call that I can't remember. You call them, and they're like, "Come to Earth as soon as possible." Blah blah blah. And then it turns out that they removed the engram, but now you have cancer. And you have 6 months to live. So then you're given the option to be turned into an engram like Johnny was and put into a new body.
Okay.
Or return to Earth to live out your days. And from what I've heard is if you choose to return to Earth, there's a hint at there being a cure. And then what I chose was to be turned into an engram. And all it does is you sit in a seat. Doctors start working on you. It's from the third person perspective. It shows your whole character. Yeah. Doctors start working on you, and then the game ends. And it shows in the credits Pan Am, Victor, and like a bunch of other Delamine, whatever, all talking to you, and then that's the credits. That's how the game ends.
Basically like. So there's bits and pieces of the ending that's like consistent for all of them, I guess.
So there's like no mention of V dying.
No.
The engram just leaves and he's fine.
Yeah.
Damn, that was.
Alt is able to disentangle the two. And then you have the choice to give Johnny the body or take it back. And I was like, that's my fucking body.
Does Johnny get mad?
No, he's like, listen, I want you to have the body. I want you to have it. I don't want it all. I'll go to wherever it is I end up going. and he joins because I don't know if you ended up doing this in your ending because I guess the biochip was removed from you rather than
it was.
So what the reason Alt helps you is because she wants to get into Mikoshi to get all the personality engrams to join her as a hive mind.
Yeah.
Basically. And Johnny joins that.
Oh, okay. See, I'll be honest with you. I love that ending. That's a good ending.
That's pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot, actually.
That has changed a lot of my thoughts on the game because when I looked up all the endings, that didn't come up as an ending.
Really?
The other version of the ending I got was that regardless, you end up dying. You have cancer and they give you 6 months to live, and then you return to Pan Am and live out your days as an Aldecato and you die. And that's it. So.
No, there wasn't.
So that ending, if that is the canon one, because the one that they said was canon was the going back to Earth with Pan Am. But to go back to Earth, you'd have to go to space, meaning you get the biochip removed. If that's canon, that's garbage. If what you got is canon, I love that.
Hang on. Let me just
look up the canon ending. I need to know this. I need to have this put to rest because this might actually make me replay the game because I was officially done with the game. Oh, I also just want to point out it was revealed that there's only like 2 love or romance options in the game, depending if you're male or female V. Which was a
no. There's a couple.
There's River.
Yeah, there's like River, but I think the major ones are if you're female, you can be Judy,
and then Pan Am for male. And that's it. The other ones don't have like any sort of effect, which was kind of sad.
Oh wait. Okay, yeah. So, okay, yeah, I actually do remember this. Now it's coming back. So yeah, it was changing V's body enough so that Johnny could inhabit the body, and would live normally. But V's personality construct was incompatible now with the body, so he would die in a couple months.
Yeah, see
that part I remember now.
Yeah, that I don't like. That's the only grievance with the ending because I mean it made sense. It does with the lore and the whole plot of the game. It made sense, but it just I was like, fuck. Like why? And does it revert you back to before the Hanako meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it did it for every ending. It did it for mine, which I also have a pet peeve with games that do that as well, revert you. Just because I don't know, just like the way GTA 5 does it is really good, where if you choose to kill one of the characters off,
yeah,
you still play and that character's just dead. And then if you choose the ending where they all live, they just all live and that's it. I just don't really like games that revert back. And it makes sense. It does. Just don't like it.
I mean, I don't know. It does make sense, like from a like a
world perspective.
Yeah, from because, like a canon like world
side quests
perspective.
Yeah.
It does make sense to revert back. Because technically you have a short timeline.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to get really immersive, but also at the same time, it's not 100% necessary to revert you back. You could just do. It would be a bit immersion breaking if you didn't, though.
Yeah.
Because after you play the game for another, 20 or 30 hours afterwards, canonically, with the way that the ending was, canonically, V would be dead.
Yeah.
But also, but you can also choose to be Johnny Silverhand.
True.
But that would also be interesting if, like, you could choose that, give Johnny the body, and then you're just Johnny Silverhand for the rest of the game. Like Red Dead.
That would be really cool.
Like Red Dead, where you were Arthur and then John at the end of the game.
Yeah. That would be actually pretty cool. Also, I was thinking some of the side quests, Johnny gives you dialogue options during them.
Yeah.
And now if you beat the game and they don't revert back, Johnny's not there.
That's also true. There is side quests where Johnny takes over.
Yeah. So I think I need to just play the game a little bit more. I beat it. I've put 26 hours into it, and I just kind of don't have an interest in going back.
I have like 37. I do have an interest in playing it again, but I want to wait. I want to do a full playthrough when the game is like fixed and working.
Yeah.
So that's my plan for it right now. I'm kind of sitting on it at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed my time with it, but I think I'm just throwing the towel into it. I went back to Valhalla.
It's just a matter of like, I don't know. I want to say, I don't know if it's quite the right word, but it was kind of an underwhelming game.
Yeah, I think you might have just summed up my experience very well.
Like,
it was just
I
beat it and I was like, wait.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be a lot more of a time sink than it was.
Like, I know they said the main stuff was supposed to be pretty short, but for me to beat the game in 15 hours, because that's how long it takes to beat the main stuff. If you start and just do main campaign missions, it's roughly 15 hours.
And there's a ton of side stuff to do, but a lot of it just feels like chores.
Yeah. So it's like, I didn't do much of the side stuff because it didn't seem necessary, and then I beat the game in 20-something hours.
There's like, the side stuff though, there is only a couple things in like side plots that actually affect your ending.
Yeah.
Like, and it's only minor things really, aside from the Pan Am side quests really.
Yeah.
Is your Pan Am side quests or your Judy side quests, depending on whatever you end up choosing. And beyond that, though, the only thing that changes is the dialogue you get at the end of the game.
Yeah. Also, the life paths don't affect as much as...
No, it affects, like, the first mission.
And then
dialogue. And various dialogue throughout the game. I don't know. I'll definitely give it another playthrough, and my opinion might change. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was a fairly underwhelming game, I think.
Agreed, yeah.
The story was really good, though. I enjoyed the story a lot. I'm not saying it's bad.
I'm going to pretend I got your ending, and from that perspective, the actual main plot was pretty cool.
It was really good. I enjoyed the main plot a lot, actually. However, I just thought the whole overarching game was
the whole package is just...
Yeah. It's no Witcher 3.
Yeah.
You know?
No. I was extremely satisfied with The Witcher 3.
If I hadn't played The Witcher 3 like 3 times already, I would go back and play that again. But
yeah, I think my plan is I'm finishing Valhalla currently.
Games are usually better on a second playthrough, though. I will say.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to finish Valhalla currently, and then I think I'm going to settle down and replay Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
If not, I'm going to play Greedfall on Game Pass, because that seems like a cool RPG.
The replay of Red Dead 2, it's better than the first time because you notice little subtle things where you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. And your opinion might actually change the game. Like, I ended up liking the game a lot more.
Yeah.
I already liked the game a lot, but I ended up liking the game a lot more.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, right, think about this. With Red Dead 2... I can name, like, all the characters and, like, their plots, right?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much the same.
With Cyberpunk, the only thing is it's so short-lived that we're having trouble remembering characters' names.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of them, but, like, I'm having trouble with certain ones.
Yeah, same. I remember the main, like, 4.
That's, like, my thing with... and it's weird. This is a weird comparison to draw, I guess. But it's a thing with, like, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
There's people who know, like, every single enemy that's fought in that entire series. That's, like, in every episode of the actual anime, for a good portion of it, is fighting, like, one enemy.
Yeah.
Right? So there's like 60 or 90 different enemies that they fight, and people just know all of them.
Yeah.
There's some standout ones, but a lot of them are just shit.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And that's part of the reason, like, I know, part of it, but it's like, also, there's not a lot here for me to get invested.
Yeah, I mean,
but I did get invested a lot in Cyberpunk, and I know a lot of the the main characters, so it's not quite a perfect comparison.
Yeah. If you take it for what it is on the surface for all the main stuff, it's pretty good. It's just like you said, man. It's so underwhelming.
Yeah, as a whole package, it kind of is.
Yeah. Which I'm just surprised. And I actually got, I don't want to say I got frustrated, but I got a little bit annoyed at a guy at work, won't name names, whatever, who was talking about Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Assassin's Creed Odyssey and then Immortals Fenyx Rising. Those were like the 4 games we were talking about. And first of all, he says that the new Assassin's Creed game's combat is not for him. Perfectly understandable statement. And then he proceeds to tell me how he wants to play Immortals Fenyx Rising. Are you familiar with the connection between Assassin's Creed and Immortals?
No.
Let's just say that the people who developed Assassin's Creed Odyssey decided to break off and develop a game with identical mechanics in a different world with the same mythology with more comedy. It's the Borderlands version of Assassin's Creed Odyssey with identical combat. It's a super fun game.
I could kind of vibe with that, actually.
No, the game, I don't know if you've noticed, the game like went under the radar, but it has like some of the best reviews of the year. And I plan on giving it a shot, but how are you going to look me in my eyes and say you can't play Odyssey because the combat is bad, and then say you want to play a game that has the same combat system?
Look at me.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Not really into the combat. That game that's like identical. Totally into it.
Yeah.
No, look at me.
Okay, I'm sorry, Dad.
Totally into it.
Okay.
All right.
That's what he said to me. That's what he said to me. And then I said, "Oh, I'm playing Valhalla," and he goes,
I do want to pick up Valhalla again, actually.
He goes, "No one I know even liked that game." And I said, "Oh, who do you know?" And he goes, "My sister." And I said, "Anyone else?" And he goes, "No."
Yeah, sure.
And I'm like, okay, so one person, and also you're saying that
it's quite a selection size.
You're saying that the game that has an 84 on Metacritic and almost won Game of the Year is bad? Okay, sorry. Oops.
I don't know if it's still on sale, but it was like half off on Epic Games.
Yeah, I saw that. And you should have a $10 coupon too.
I used it on something. I used it on fucking Mortal Shell.
So you got Mortal Shell?
I did.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
I haven't really played it though, so.
And then he was talking about Cyberpunk. And you know, he had the same gripings most people have. And then
you always say this word gripance. It's not a word.
It's not?
I think you mean gripe and grievance, which are 2 different words.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, I've caught this multiple times where you've said gripance. I'm like, hang on, something ain't right here.
I think I'm just saying gripe.
If it's a real word, I will eat my shoe.
No, it is not.
The shoes stay on then.
So I think what I'm trying to get at is gripe.
Yes.
That's because that's the meaning. I'm saying he's deeply affected. He has a gripe with Cyberpunk that, you know, everyone else has. The buds, the this, the that.
And is he playing on console?
Yeah.
Okay, then definitely avoid it.
So then he brought up, oh, it's been in development for 8 years.
But it hasn't been in development for 8
years. And then I presented that point.
That's not... that's a bit of a falsified statement, I think.
That's a falsified statement. It's what we talked about on the spoiler cast, where the game only went into development in probably 2017, 2018.
Something like that, yeah.
And I had mentioned that, and he goes,
but
it was announced in 2012, and I was like,
but I forget what year it was. They ended up saying, like, I forget what year it was. I think it might have been 2017 or 2018. They said, we're beginning work on, like, Cyberpunk, or we're hiring people for Cyberpunk, but this year we're going to focus on Gwent to get that out.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. But even then, I was gonna say GTA 5 was technically announced in 2011, but it came out 2013. I was thinking 2015, but that was the next gen and PC. I say next gen, but next gen is last gen now.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
That's the bad part about GTA is the fact that you can even say that.
I feel old now.
Yeah?
I'm like, my first console, or my first, no, that's not true. My first console wasn't a 360. My first real console that I actually used was a 360.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now I'm like, that's 2 generations ago, man.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of an old man now.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
I feel myself like shaking my fist and complaining about kids these days.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
happens.
I complain about a lot of things.
That is, in fact, medically, that is a side effect of getting old.
That's
Look it
true.
up. Look it up. Fact check
actually.
it. As you get old, you have spurts of shaking your fist and saying, "God damn these kids!"
Fucking kids, I'm telling you.
Yeah, fucking kids. What?
No, no, I'm not. I'm not doing anything to children.
Yeah. Cyberpunk. I can't wait for Cyberpunk 2088. That'll be better, hopefully.
Cyberpunk 2078.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what needs to happen, but I would have to say it's probably one of the bigger disappointments this year.
I wouldn't go that far. It was underwhelming, yes, but I wasn't disappointed with the game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was just expecting this to like take my heart in the same way Red Dead did, where I felt I got a completed experience that was finite.
Yeah, that's true. Red Dead is still definitely my favorite game ever made.
Yeah. Which I guess isn't a bad thing. I'm still glad that, but when they hype up this game to literally be marketed as the open world game to end all other open world games.
But I don't know. I'm saying this now, right? Come a year from now, when the game's all the bugs are ironed out, and I give it another good playthrough, and there's an expansion or something.
Yeah.
Opinion might change. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so. I'll probably, if there's an expansion.
But I don't know if there's really room for an expansion because V is dead. Maybe they do a Silverhand expansion. That'd be fun.
That's probably what it would be, or they canon the ending where he takes the body or something. I doubt it, but.
Oh, that would be really fun, actually.
That's my thought, but I'm not sure. They could do a lot of things. Would it be valid? Would it be good? I mean, they didn't even really make the base game good.
No, the base story was really good.
Yeah, no, base story was fun. I don't know. I'm such in this middle ground with the game where I'm like,
I'm confident that upon a second playthrough,
opinions will change.
6 or 7, 8 months, a year down the line, my opinion will change. I'm confident in that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking that I'll have to end up doing a second playthrough when it's fixed and potentially picking a different life path and different choices. And I'm thinking the correct way to play the game is to do most of the side stuff mid playthrough.
Yeah. There's a couple like side quests. The only thing is like, there's so much that the game hits you with all at once.
Yeah.
And that's where I think the issue with the side stuff was. I think maybe they should, I don't know, fix how it's paced.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. The phone calls when you're driving.
That's the thing. I
fucking hate that.
Dude. I just man, I don't think it's necessary for me to, in the middle of this mission, get 16 phone calls.
Yeah.
I'm trying to play the mission.
Yeah.
You know how, like, in every other video game, I say Rockstar games, I would say, is when your characters are interacting with each other, and then you get to the point where the mission is going to happen, they stop.
Yeah.
Or just give me an option to reject calls.
That needs to be something. Even if you let it ring, it answers.
That's also a thing in GTA. They'll call you occasionally with missions.
And you can just reject it.
And you can just reject the call, and they'll text you all the details.
Yeah.
Just give me that, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My experience would definitely be way more improved if that was the case.
I think if that becomes a thing, I will genuinely replay it just for that. But yeah. I like your ending. I'm glad that
I liked it a lot.
I'm glad you were able to explain that because that makes me feel a bit better about the main plot. I mean, granted the whole death thing, but at least it's explained a little bit better now. So
yeah,
we'll see. I'm sure the game will. I mean, every time I go on anything, Reddit, Google, I'm just getting like articles about how Cyberpunk's investors are suing CD
Really?
Projekt Red.
Really?
You know they're getting like lawsuits against them for this game's launch.
God
Like,
damn.
Like billions of dollars in lawsuits.
Like, maybe can we ease off the lawsuits and let them finish the game, please?
It's bad. Like, I don't know. It seems like you might not be paying too much attention to it. I don't know why I'm getting all these article ads for it. Maybe because I searched so much in the lead up to the game.
Right.
But they are getting nothing but sued currently.
I just hope they don't get sued out of existence.
I hope so as well. That's my fear, is that will happen.
And then the game will remain the broken disaster that it is. I think that would be the worst ending possible for Cyberpunk.
Yeah. We also have The Witcher 3 next gen patch coming out, which I'm kind of excited for, to be honest.
But it's The Witcher 3 still, so.
I've only played it once.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Hopefully that'll be good. But that's all I got.
All right, I think we're gonna end it off then.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the show, I think.
Yeah.
For right now.
Yeah.
You can see us in the next episode if you want to continue listening. YouTube, Spotify, RSS. Import it into your favorite podcasting app. Link in the description, whatnot. And you can contact us. synapsemisfire@pm.me.
Yep.
Send us your comments, questions, concerns, death threats.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the show.
Uh-huh.
Goodbye. Leave my premises. Leave my property. Now.
You know, eventually we're going to have to come up with a better word for that.
What?
Premises. Something more powerful.
Exit the estate.
Ooh, there we go.
I don't have an estate. This is a very normal house that we're in.
That's fine. I'll exit. I'm just going to exit because you said that.
That's true.
It was that powerful.
Estate is a powerful word. Okay, bye.